So I'm Samantha Estrada. I go by Sam. I'm a goalkeeper. I'm from El Paso, Texas. I played there my whole life until I moved to Houston. Played for Texas Rush, the Dash, and then came here to school at SMU. Played here for 6 years, and I've been here ever since. And now I'm back in Dallas.
Yeah. So what is that like? I mean, you're obviously a local product. You've been here for a long time. I would assume that with players coming in from all over the place, you'll be someone that they kind of lean to, like for local recommendations or stuff like that. How do you see that role coming in?
I'm so excited. I think I'm pretty used to it. I did a lot of recruiting at SMU, and I took a lot of recruits out to dinner, to lunch, everything, showed them around town. I even told our head coach, Pauline, that I'd give her some good recommendations because I think I'm a pretty foodie person,
There you go.
and Dallas is a foodie place, so home to me.
Well, tell me more about what that conversation was like with Coach. She just got announced a couple days ago from when we're shooting this.
Yeah, like same to Amber. We talked over a Zoom call, and she introduced herself and her assistant, and we just got to know each other. And I told her who I am, and she told me what type of players she needs me to step up to be. So we had a good conversation about that, and we talked about the food recommendations in Dallas.
What is your style in goal? What do you think all your strengths are and everything like
My
that?
style, I think I'm a pretty confrontal person, you know what I mean? I'm big-bodied, so I think I really like to set my presence out there. And I know people appreciate that. I know some people like forwards are scared of that, but I like to think that I step up to who I'm meant to be out there.
What is it going to be like for you to play in the Cotton Bowl? It's a very prestigious, stadium in the Dallas area that has a lot of name recognition.
Yeah, I'm so excited to play in the Cotton Bowl. Like, this is my first professional contract team. I'm so excited to be back with Chris Petroselli. Little side story, I used to train with Amber when I was 17 years old. She doesn't remember me, but I was little back at the Dash. So I'm excited to be with players like her again, Ali Thornton, and just to step into that environment, hear the crowd roaring for us. That's just something I'm so excited for.
So with your, you mentioned that it's your first professional contract. What has that been like for you, stepping out of school and into a professional, I guess, lifestyle and mindset?
Yeah, so I've had some stepping stones, which I've been grateful for. I did go to a NWSL goalkeeper combine, so I got to see the type of coaches, the level of play and everything. And then I was in Houston these past months, and I trained with Albion, and we were the USL W League. And I got to have a chance of a little professional setting there, and the type of players coming from around the city, bringing it in. So I think my stepping stones have helped me come into this, my first professional place.
And then, as Amber mentioned, it's kind of hard to not compare the two, leagues between USL and NWSL. From your perspective, just and then I guess with training with them and everything, how does that play into how you're approaching this season?
I think I'm approaching the season as I would any type of way, but at a higher level, I guess, a little bit more. We're not in college anymore, and I think people are kind of seeing it like that, but we're really not. We're professional players. We're here for a reason, and we're going to step up to the standard that we're going to set.
As someone who has lived here for so long, what are some of you mentioned you're a foodie. What are the places you like to go to? What are the recommendations you're going to give?
If you like a really good Mexican spot, I like Taqueria, Los Angeles. It's kind of out in Plano. Barbecue, Terry Black's, love barbecue. If you want some Asian ramen, I know down on Greenville they have Wabi House. Just anything you're looking for. I love every type of meal.
With just the culture that soccer has in North Texas, the National Hall of Fame is here. You have FC Dallas. They're playing, Copa America matches here. For you, what does it mean for y'all to kind of add to the legacy of soccer in Dallas and to be the first women's professional team here?
I think it's a big honor, you know what I mean? People definitely, the Neal family, see there's potential here, and they've shown that they care about us, and women's sports especially. And since there's clubs like Solar, FC Dallas, who have prestigious wins and they're big clubs, they can show that we can play in a big city like this and honor the history that goes into it, you know what I mean? And yeah.
For you, with the color scheme and everything, the logo and everything, what was your takeaway from those things and just the history that they embedded into all those aspects?
I loved how it was a Pegasus. Coming from a Mustang to be a Pegasus, I think that's so cool and it's honorable. Like Amber said, I am used to mythical creatures, and to be a Pegasus is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The colors are cool, maroon and gold. I like the gold colors a lot. Yeah.
It's interesting how you go from being at SMU and it's a horse, but without wings. And that, I saw someone had mentioned like, oh, I think it was in Third Degree. I think Buzz or someone tweeted that you got your wings with your Pegasus or whatever. So like, what is that like to just kind of start your club with such a similar
I think
branding, I guess.
I think it's kind of symbolic in a way where like you said, I got my wings and now I get to step out of that college environment and kind of grow up a little bit and step into that stepping stone where I'm a Pegasus and can just kind of go out and set my journey up, and this is like my start, with the club.
And then just the last thing, what are some goals you have set for yourself going into your first professional season?
Some of my goals, I think, obviously, a big one, to win the league and come out with as many wins as we can, and just to stay mindful and graceful towards myself, that this is my first time, but also keep a high standard with myself. Like, I know what I'm capable of, and I know I can achieve more, especially with the people that I'm with, and the potential and the motivation to just keep the high level going. And
then lastly, as one of the younger players, how do you look up to players like Amber and some of the older players with more professional experience to kind of lean on them in that environment?
I think, honestly, just being vocal about if I have questions, if I'm struggling, if anything, just honestly be vocal with them and how I feel, what I want, what I should be doing with my body, how I should be taking care of it, especially with a bunch of free time. You know how it's different than college, you don't just have to go to class. What I should be doing during that free time, and, like I said, taking care of myself. Any
last thoughts? Anything you want to share about, like, any fun tidbits about yourself, or?
No, I don't know. Well, one thing is kind of cool. My dad, he played professional soccer here at Dallas. Actually, he played with the Dallas Burn while they were the Dallas Burn. So it's kind of cool that I came back and now I'm with Dallas Trinity for the first time. Yeah,
that's
first
awesome.
Soccer league.
Thank you.
Yeah.